Okay, so good day everyone. Good day, Onyx. So because of the class suspension, I will just record a video of the discussion for lesson 2 so that by our next meeting on next Friday, okay, it will be purely for consultation. Okay, so para mahaba yung consultation time natin. Okay, so now in lesson 2, we're going to discuss the problem and its settings. A setting, okay? How to write and formulate a problem and research title. Actually, during our first day, we already discussed, no? Napahapyawan na natin kung paano gumawa ng research title, no? So, some reminders and basic uh, basic format of research title. But now we're going to add more about the research title. And no, we're going to discuss how to write and formulate a problem. So this is the outline of our lesson 2. Okay, first, a range of research topics in the area of inquiry, the specificity and feasibility of the problem, how to write the research title, formulating the statement of the problem, and the characteristics of qualitative research question. So let's start with a range of research topics. So when we say range now, it talks about how broad the possible topics in a certain field. So in a certain field, so kayo, naka-focus kayo sa UMS. Hindi porket sinabi na UMS ay naka-focus kayo sa mga estudyante ng UMS, no? Napakalawak ng UMS, okay? Humanities and Social Sciences, nandiyan no, sa society, tignan ninyo kung meron kayong mga nakikitang social issues, no? Political issues, and so on. Okay? Now, sabi dito, qualitative research topics are multifaceted. Why? Why multifaceted? Because research topics for qualitative investigation range from simple to complex phenomenon. No? Kasi nga, a wide range ang research topics in qualitative research. And it can be understood in different ways depending on the experiences, the views, and situations of the people. Okay, so kaya nga pag sinabing qualitative research, kilala agad dyan ang social sciences. Okay? Now, let's proceed to the specificity and feasibility of the problem. Okay? So, specificity of the problem, it referred to as determining the research approach to use in conduct of the study. So, it talks about choosing the right approach to the research, to your research. No, it talks about choosing the right approach kung anong gagamitin nyo sa inyong research. For example, ethnography, no, phenomenology, grounded theory ba ang gagamitin nyo or baka case study or narrative. Okay, so ayun yung specificity. You're going to choose the right approach conduct that you're going to use in your study. Okay? Next is feasibility. Okay, so sa feasibility, possible ba, doable ba, no? Yung kaya mo bang i-achieve yung inyong goal o yung object yung research objectives nyo using the research method that you chose. Okay, so ayan yung feasibility. Okay, again, specificity, ito po ay choosing the right approach, no? Determining the right approach, the research approach. Okay? While yung feasibility naman, after you choose your research approach or your research method, no? Make sure na kaya nyong i-achieve yung research objectives. Okay, so that's the specificity and feasibility of the problem. Okay, next is how to write the research title. Okay, so first, um, after no after you finalize your research topic, no, you're going to write your working research title. Working research title. no? So first, how to write the research title. So these are the some reminders. Actually, we already discussed this. Okay. First is indicate accurately the subject and the scope of the study. So yung subject, no, yung subject na tinutukoy dito, it refers to what your study is about. So this is the main topic, the main focus or the problem of your research. For example, the mental health awareness, no, online learning, political participation of youth. Okay, so ano ba yung nakaka-apekto sa political views ng mga kabataan ngayon. Okay, so that can be your main topic. Now, pag scope of the study naman, it defines the boundaries of your study. No? It helps you to narrow down your research. Okay, so uh, pwede yung population. Okay, it may include the population. Okay, for example, uh, gusto mong inarrow yung iyong population to senior high school student in in your school in Diwalyong. Okay, so ang magiging respondent nyo lang, ang magiging repopulation mo lang ay yung mga taga senior high. So hindi included yung nasa ah, elementary, yung nasa junior high school. Now, kung gusto mo pang i-narrow down kasi masyadong madami ang population ng senior high school sa school natin, pwede kang pumili ng strand. Okay, since yung student kayo, so UMS. Okay? So next, pwede din natin ilagay sa scope of the study yung setting. Okay? Kung kailan pa naganap. Okay? Let's say during the pandemic. Okay? Or the pre-pandemic or after the pandemic. Okay? Yung time frame. Yes, yung time frame. Ano pa ba? Yung mga specific aspect. Okay? So, pwede natin ilagay yan sa scope of the study. Okay, next is avoid abbreviations or acronyms unless they are commonly known. Okay, ito yung mga pinaikli na letter, yung pinaikli na words, yung abbreviation and acronyms sa mga first word. Okay, so, but kapag commonly known na siya, for example, kilala naman siya tulad ng SHS, so senior high school, no? Yung mga strand. So, pwede siyang i-acronym kapag ilalagay sa research title. But kung hindi, tulad ng INC, no, marami kasing meaning ang INC kapag abbreviation incomplete, no, kapag INC na acronym, maaring ito ay uh, um, religion. Okay? Abbreviation, INC, madami din, hindi lang siya incomplete, pwedeng uh, incorporation. No? Okay, so yan. Third, use words that create a positive impression and stimulate reader interest. Okay, and next is avoid redundant phrasing such as a study of, an analysis of. Kasi research, yes, study na siya. No? Pinag-aaralan mo na siya. Kapag naglagay kayo ng a study of or analysis of sa inyong research title, magiging redundant na, paulit-ulit na. Okay? And next is use correct grammar and capitalization and avoid using an exclamation mark at the end of the title. Kasi academic ano po ito, dapat yung research title ninyo ay neutral lang yung tone. Okay? So ayan yung some tips, some reminders sa paggawa ng research title. And um, I already asked uh, the chairperson of PR1 kung ilan yung maximum words. So ano lang tayo, ililimit lang natin sa maximum of 16 words. Okay? Pero hindi substantive words yun ha. Hindi kasama yung mga da, of, and so on. Okay? So now let's proceed to this one, the subtitle. No, actually this is format that is used in commonly used in creating research title for social science. Okay, so uh, we already discussed yung basic format of the title. But meron pang iba, which is itong subtitle. So ano ba yung subtitles na to, no? Ah, sa subtitles, meron tong two parts. Okay, the main title and the subtitle. So mamaya magbibigay naman ako ng example. Sa main title, it describes the problem. So doon makikita yung pinaka main problem mo. Okay, while the subtitles, it clarifies your main title. Okay? It clarifies the context of your main title, or pwede ding it highlights the method that you use in your research. Okay? Or it identifies the geographical setting of your research. Okay, now, isa-isahin natin yun, no? So, subtitles is used to explain or provide additional context. So, ano ba dito yung main title? Okay? So, yung main title natin dito is Cultural Identity Among Filipino Youth. Okay? Then, yung subtitle dito ay yung The Influence of Modern Media on Traditional Values in Luzon. Okay? So, itong subtitle, it gives more context sa iyong main title, sa iyong main problem, which is the cultural identity. Okay? So parang ninarrow down niya pa kung anong cultural identity among Filipino youth, which is ano ba yung mga ano ba yung influence ng modern media sa traditional values ng mga taga Luzon. Okay? So, ayun yung unang use ng subtitle, no? It gives more additional context doon sa main title. Okay, next is sub add substance to a literary, provocative, or imaginative title or quote. So in this title, no, breaking the chains, examining the effects of social stigma on former drug dependents in urban Manila. So, ano yung main title natin dito? Okay? So, ang main title natin dito, Breaking the Chains. Okay? So, masyado siyang creative, no? Masyado siyang symbolic yung main title natin. Now, yung subtitle, no, it is used to provide the real academic focus of the study. Kung ganito yung format nyo, ha? Yung kapag yung main title ay literary, provocative, or imaginative yung title. So, yung subtitle, ang use niyan is to provide the real academic focus of the study. Okay? So, um, sa Breaking the Chains, pwedeng ilagay natin, examining the effects of social stigma on former drug dependents in urban Manila. So, ano yung epekto, no? Epekto nun. Okay? So, now, next, let's proceed to the third one, qualifies the geographic scope of the research. So, ito na yung scope, hanggang saan ba? So, nililimit mo lang yung iyong ah, geographical scope, okay, ng iyong research para hindi masyadong broad. Okay? For example, ang main title natin dito ay Cultural Preservation and Indigenous Practices. Now, subtitle is used here to qualifies the geographic scope. No? So, ano yung ano yung local o research local. Okay? So, yung mga taga Ifugao communities in Northern Luzon. Okay, so you're going to explore the tradition ng mga taga Ifugao in Northern Luzon. Okay? And lastly, it reflects and identities the research method or approach you use. So here in subtitles, ginagamit din siya para malaman ng mga readers kung ano yung method or approach na ginamit mo sa iyong research. For example, cultural identity and belonging among indigenous students in urban high school. Okay? So, anong approach yung gagamitin mo? Okay? Ang approach na ginamit sa research ay ethnographic study. Okay? Ano ba yung ethnographic study? Ano yung ethnography? Okay, paki-comment nga kung ano yung ethnography sa ating comment section. Okay, so babasahin ko yan. Magbibigay ako ng plus recitation plus points sa recitation sa UCSP. Kasi na-discuss din natin yan ang ethnography sa UCSP. Babasahin ko yung comment kung mayroon, magbibigay ako ng points sa magko-comment. Okay, so i-type nyo lang yung kung ano yung ethnography sa comment section. Okay, so we are done with the title, formulating research title, no? So una, during our first day, we discussed the basic. Ano yung format ng basic, no? Yung dapat makikita doon yung goal ng research mo, yung variables na ginamit sa research, and the research local. Okay? And next is ito, yung subtitle. And yung subtitle, meron siyang two parts. Okay, the main title, which is doon makikita yung main focus, yung main problem ng iyong research, and yung iyong and the other parts ay subtitles. So ito na yung mga use ng subtitles, itong apat na di-discuss natin. Okay? Then next, no, after ng research title, ano nang gagawin natin? Doon ba natatapos? Okay, so hindi po, no? So meron tayong the statement of the problem. So after crafting, no, after creating your working research title, the next step is usually to write the SOP or the statement of the problem because no, ano ba yung purpose nito? No, it gives direction to your entire research. Okay? So ano ba itong SOP? No, restatement of the problem. Actually, this is it's a set of questions na kung saan ito yung gusto mong sagutan, ito yung gusto mong i-fulfill, no? This is the what the research wants to answer or solve. Okay, so ayun po yung statement of the problem. Again, no, it is a set of questions that the research wants to answer or solve. Okay, so paano ba mag-formulate ng SOP? Okay, ng statement of the problem. So first, qualitative research is posed as a question rather than a hypothesis. So ibig sabihin, ang SOP, no, it focuses on finding answer to the question, no? You're not just proving or testing something. You're not proving or testing your hypothesis. Okay? So dito sa SOP, no, may gusto kang ah, sagutan na mga tanungan. Okay? So yun po. Okay. Kasi dito ang SOP iba po ang hypothesis. Okay? Kasi ang hypothesis, this is your educated guess or your prediction. So, you're not in SOP, you're not proving or testing something, no? So here you want to answer the question, the problem of your research. Okay? So next is uh, a problem statement is either formulated in declarative statement or interrogative statement. So, SOP, no, a problem statement can be written in two ways daw. Una ay declarative statement o ito yung sentence that gives information. So usually, kapag declarative sentence, ang tapos nito ay tuldok o period. Okay? Or next is interrogative statement. So yung SOP pwede din siyang interrogative statement or in a question form. And mostly po no, most researchers use interrogative statement or uh, in a question form. Okay? So next, Uh, next is it outlines the issues or problems that the study will address and defines both general and specific objectives that will be covered throughout the paper. So again, ito po ay uh, wants to answer or solve or to give answer to your problem, no, yung SOP mo. Okay. Okay, so again, yung SOP, uh, qualitative research is posed as a question rather than than a hypothesis. So, dapat nakafocus ang SOP mo on finding answer to the question. You're not just proving or testing something. Okay? Next is uh, the statement can be written in two ways, no? Declarative statement or interrogative statement. But most researchers use interrogative statement or in a question form, yung SOP. Okay? And it outlines the issues or problem. So meron general and merong specific objective. So meron akong example nun, hiningi ko sa co-teacher. No? So ipapakita ko sa inyo yun once na um, meron na tayong face-to-face. Okay? Kasi naiwan din siya sa faculty. Okay? Now, ano ba yung purpose ng SOP? Okay, so first, it introduces the reader to the importance of the topic being studied. So, bakit ba nagmamatter? No? Why the topic matters, why the problem matters, and why it is worth studying. Okay, so ayun po yung una. Next, anchors the research questions, hypothesis, or assumptions to follow. So, ito po yung naging starting point mo, just like what I said earlier, no? Ito yung nagiging guide, no? Nagiging guide sa researchers. Okay? And lastly, places the topic into a particular context. So, how the topic fits within a particular context, within a situation. Okay, so ayun po yung purpose of a SOP. Okay, now what are the different characteristics of a qualitative research question? So first, consider the W and H. Okay, so again, ang most common use sa research sa statement of the problem or sa SOP, no, sa research question ay usually in interrogative statement or in question form. So, you're going consider using the WH questions, no? Yung what, why, and how questions. Okay? So, yun yung first characteristic. Next is dapat, no, not narrow nor broad, no? It is neither too narrow nor too broad. Okay? So, dapat daw hindi sobrang specific at hindi daw sobrang lawak. Kasi kapag sobrang specific at sobrang lawak ng iyong research question, mahihirapan kang makahanap ng sagot. Okay? So, for example, what are the study habits of one student in my class? So nilimitahan mo na agad to, no? Sobrang specific, one student. Okay? So, too narrow siya. And too broad, no, how does education affect society worldwide? So sobrang lawak naman ng sakop ng question mo. Pangkalahatan, pang buong mundo, no, worldwide. So ito yung tama lang. What are the study habits of senior high school students in Quezon City? Okay, so hindi siya sobrang specific at hindi siya sa sobrang lawak. Okay? Next, how does eating breakfast affect the math test score of one student? So, sobrang specific, one student again, no? What, and too broad, what factors influence academic success globally? So, sobrang lawak again. So, ito yung just right. How does eating breakfast affect the math test scores of grade 12 students in Manila? Okay, so, um, hindi sobrang specific at hindi sobrang lawak. Okay, now next, richness and complexity. So it captures the richness as well as the complexity of certain behaviors to investigate. So the question looks at behavior in a deep and meaningful way. So dapat yung mga tanong na gagawin ninyo, hindi siya answerable by yes or no. Okay? So para maging rich, para maging ah, ma-capture na yung richness as well as the complexity ng behavior na gusto mong pag-aralan. So dapat hindi mo nililimitahan yung magiging sagot ng iyong research question. So dapat hindi siya answerable by yes or no. Okay, and lastly is the characteristics of qualitative research questions. Uh, Last characteristic ay it communicates and reflects. No, it communicates or reflects the importance of the inquiry as it is usually formulated more specific than a research problem or topic. So, uh, it is more focused and specific, no? Yung research question mo dapat is more focused and specific than the general topic, okay? Than the general research topic or yung iyong mismong problem. Okay? So dapat mas specific siya, pero hindi sobrang specific kasi kapag again sobrang specific, no, mahihirapan ka nang makahanap ng sagot. Okay, so again, that's the characteristics of a qualitative research question. So if you have any question, no, pwede kayong mag-chat sa GC or pwede kayong mag-PM sa akin. Just make sure you tell uh, your name first. Okay, para ma-identify ko uh, kung saan grupo ka nabibilang. Okay, so uh, again, by next meeting, no, on Friday, kapag hindi na suspended yung klase, we're going to have consultation for the research topic na ginawa ng groups 3 to 5. Then, yung group 1 to 2, pwede na kayong gumawa ng your working research title. So, pwede, kung meron pang time at meron na kayong gawa, pwede nyo ipakonsult sa akin. Okay? So again, sa mga comment kung ano yung ethnography, no, may bibigyan ko ng plus point sa UCSP. Okay? So thank you very much.